Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for March 9th, 2024 on this Saturday night. Thank you for joining me. I'm your host, Tony. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel for the latest interpretation of weather data in the lower 48 United States. I appreciate your support. Right now, we're looking at the current National Weather Service hazards, and right now we're mainly focused on the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast as we have wind advisories outlaid in the brown as the frontal passage has moved through much of the central Appalachians and heading eastward toward the East Coast. We still have the flash flood warnings and flood watches, for some of the Poconos and New Jersey and New York and up into the Berkshires of New Hampshire, of Massachusetts and Connecticut River Valley and up through Maine and New Hampshire as well. This will continue through overnight tonight, but behind the backside, we're going to have a beautiful Sunday with sunshine into Monday and Tuesday, warming temperatures, but breezy tomorrow as well. So be on the lookout for that. Some trees may be falling down in the Philadelphia area and the Lehigh Valley and north up into the Hudson River Valley as some of the ground is saturated with an inch or two of rain and with the winds blowing 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts that could bring down some trees and cause minor power outages delays. So be on the lookout for that. Now, on the western back inside that, some lake effect snow showers will continue to pummel the area from Erie up through Bennington. So if you come on the New York State Thruway, up in the Adirondacks, if you come in the Tuckahoe Plateau, and along that I-80 there in Ohio Turnpike from east of Cleveland there, that Mentor Ashtabula area, there is a winter storm warning and winter storm watches in effect denoted in that pink and purple fuchsia colors there. Now, elsewhere in the South, we just have those elevated river alerts. Beautiful Sunday on tap from Atlanta, Macon down through Tampa and Florida and Miami. And also we have those in the West. We have beautiful skies in the Southwest and the Four Corners area. And we have out West, we just have that snowfall chance that's going to continue to impact in the high Sierras there. That winter storm watch continues in the high Sierras. They're coming along just north of Donner Pass there in Truckee, California. And we also have briefly that eastern Oregon, that high wind warning there for that area as well. So let's go to the radar here, courtesy of Radar Scope here. And we're just going to look at some of the showers. So once again, I mentioned that these no warnings are here in effect. There was a coastal flood warning in effect for the Chesapeake Bay area and a marine warning, but that is allowed to expire. So we just have these storms racing up to I-95 corridor from Philadelphia to Trenton, in the New Jersey Turnpike and the Garden State Parkway into Staten Island now. We're starting to get some showers in the New York City area vicinity. Some of the yellows and bright yellows and oranges here highlighting some of the steadier rain, but now it's breaking up into more scattered showers heading up the northeast extension to Allentown, in between Allentown and Philadelphia and the Lehigh Valley. Once again, down south here, Baltimore, you're clear. There is some showers extending in Harford County and Cecil County here into Elkton, Maryland. Down towards Dover Air Force Base, there's some rain down there and heading toward the coastal areas of Maryland. But elsewhere, we look to be clear here in terms of this radar here. Now, we can also get a little bit closer here to the radar, and we can show you some other areas here. This is the DC Sterling, Virginia radar. You can see some showers here along 66 Leesburg toward Front Royal here, Winchester, and the Shenandoah Valley here. Some showers extending, but like I said, these also just has not much lightning, a few lightning, but nothing severe here. Once again, no severe warnings here with these systems, and this rain extends all the way down. If we go down to the Gulf Coast here, looking at the Mobile, Alabama radar, you can see that the frontal passage is already cleared through this area here, the Gulf Coast here. The frontal passage is cleared through Florida here and most of the areas here. I believe Jacksonville, the frontal passage, the cold front, is heading to Jacksonville. So we're just going to take a look at one of the radars here out of Jacksonville. They had some strong storms come through earlier here. And we're going to see, as you can see here, yes, these storms are racing off to the south of I-95 and 295. So if you're coming through Orange Park, if you're coming through some of the areas south, 95 south, through St. Johns County towards St. Augustine, these showers are racing off to the northeast at 46 knots. So they're racing very fast here for Atlantic Beach, Ponte Vedra Beach, Palm Valley, St. Augustine, St. Johns County. And these all the way back towards 75 in Gainesville, Archer, Newberry, according to 75 south. If you're heading toward some of these counties here, to the west of I-75 here through Chiefland, Florida, US 27 through Williston, Chiefland, Citrus Springs, Homosassa Springs, and Spring Hill. Some light showers there in the north of the Tampa Bay area here. But nothing severe here. As you can see, we pull it back out the wider view. These showers are headed offshore here. I-95 heading up into Georgia. You may run into some showers here just to the east or west of Savannah, maybe in Pooler, Georgia, coming through the outlets there on 95 through Hinesville, coming down through Brunswick, Georgia, and maybe just a little touch of rain here just north of Jacksonville before you hit the Florida Georgia line there at St. Mary's and the Kingsland area there. So be very careful if you're coming along I-95. Some drizzle, some rain, as the frontal boundary is just off here, as you can see it here. The frontal boundary is just to the south of Tifton, Georgia here, and Adel, Georgia, along the I-75 here. This is the back end of the front here. Very windy behind it here. These winds are pushing now. This front is pushing down on it through there, and these showers are going to continue here. Just light to moderate rain here up through the low country of South Carolina here. So if you're coming on I-95 tonight, it's going to be a wet time. If you're coming through from Charleston, just to the north of Charleston, St. George, Holly Hill, Walterboro, Ridgeland, and down into Savannah area, just be careful and mindful of that. You may have some showers for the next few hours before and after midnight. All this should taper off, as much of this should move off the coast of the South Carolina, Georgia coastline here in the Atlantic Ocean. We just have some showers there. Pretty much it. You can see most of the reports here up and down the seaboard here. Most of the snow is confined to the heavy region up north, and most of this snow was confined to Vermont, New Hampshire, upstate Vermont and New Hampshire. That's the only snow that we can find on the map here. So we're going to try to look at that on the radar here. I could show you here some of the snow if we can pull a radar here from Canada or from up north here. I want to show you some of the radar totals. This is very light snow. You can probably pick up maybe 1 to 2 inches here. Let's look at the radar out of Burlington, Vermont here. And you can see here we have these showers coming in. Mostly this is rain, but if we go north of Plattsburgh, New York here on the I-87, you can see there's snow showers here into Montreal and St. John, and a few snow showers in the northern tier of the Tug Hill Plateau here, and that's pretty much it. Everything else is coming in as rain, even in the highest elevations here, of course, besides Mount Washington. That is where snow is coming down. The Grapple is coming down here in the northern Vermont here, just to the east of Burlington. So that's what's going on with the forecast here for your area for today, for this weekend. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a blessed weekend.